Hello, Pflugervillians. This is Sherry Hindmarsh with Remax Capital City, and I'm here today with Laura Luther with Elevate Events. Is it Center? Or?
It's Elevate Event Live.
Okay. And so they're on Windermere Drive right in Pflugerville. And so tell me who you are and what you do.
My name is Laura Luther, and I am the owner and booker of Elevate Event. We have a venue of about 350 capacity. We have a main room, 5 meeting room spaces, and a lounge.
Okay, what's your main room called?
It is the Big Easy.
I like it. And because you're from?
New Orleans.
New Orleans, okay. And so what kind of events?
We do whatever the client requests it for. We make it as creative as possible with them. We sit there and brainstorm. Our target market is corporate events. However, we do plenty of private parties, concerts, music and show performances, mini school events, because we do have side rooms for camps. Okay. And
you said something about like art and music performances people can do, and
yes.
then rehearsal space.
Absolutely. We cater to the music industry, so bands can come in and rehearse in a private space. It's very enclosed, lock and key, so they have their own privacy, and then they don't have to worry about really with the public coming in too much.
Right. And so the thing I was going to ask you is, why did you choose Pflugerville as your location for an event center?
You know, I took some time. I took a good year, my husband and I, and we looked at a lot of spaces. From research and needs surveys, we noticed that there were a lot of corporate events that were being declined because of the venues are either too big or too small. So this is one of the reasons we kept this capacity, but we felt like Pflugerville was the hub of the central area location for Austin, with the no traffic before it hits the traffic going to Georgetown. Right. So we get a lot of Georgetown, Cedar Park, Round Rock, Austin bookings, and people love the location because it's right off I-35.
Right. And so tell me, as far as event centers go and venue options, what sets you apart from the others in the area?
We actually have a stage area. It's it's large enough for 2 bands. And we also have a conversion area, which is a side stage to where if there are artists flipping out, or even speakers, because we do mini seminars for corporate events. And then on top of that, we have a green room. So 2 green rooms. One that can fit about 30 people. The other one, it can fit about maybe 10.
And what would people use that for?
One of the green rooms they've used for a reset room to kind of take a break, take a breather, focus, mindful, meditation. The other green room could be used for food, drinks, mingling right before, relaxing before they go on stage. So.
Okay, perfect.
This is something that I didn't wake up and say, oh, one day I'm going to be a booker. I didn't go to college and say I'm studying booking. I actually taught for 12 years, and so I'm heavily involved with the community, as well as a lot of the young artists. Our family is very involved in the music industry. We have our son that's a music producer. We have our daughter that has her own sound and lights company. They're both 12.
I was going to say, an FYI, they're 12.
And so they really got us into it. We learned many things booking our son at different venues, and that's where it all started. So we kind of learned what electrical outlets worked and what didn't, what conversion stages worked and what didn't, how the venues cater to us and how we felt.
Right.
And so we wanted to bring this here and make a home base so that we could give that comfortness for bookings.
All the stuff that you learned about what you wanted in an event when you were doing it, to bring it to here. So that is awesome. And then as far as community involvement, I see you everywhere. So I'm do a lot of stuff with the chamber and with the local businesses. But what kind of stuff do you do?
Well, we have always been heavily involved with the Pflugerville Jog.
Oh, okay.
you know, our son has played there for the past 3 years. This year's the sound ordinance kind of cut that back, but
oh, wow.
So we're working that out. As far as Backpack Friends, that's another organization we learned about this year. It hit home with some friends of ours that actually we know that they had lunches through them.
Yeah.
So when you see that in action, it was huge. So those two are our primary focus. I also own a nonprofit to where it helps local young artists as well. And we can do educational math programs and involve STEAM. And so there's multiple realms.
So if someone wanted to come and check this place out for an event they're considering, and how would they get a hold of you?
They can look on Google. My number is right there. It flips straight to my cell phone. I'm very easily accessible. I have an app. If you go to our website or Facebook, you can see our app, download our app, and it'll connect to all our social media. We make it as easy as possible. I am flexible on text. I'm not one of those owners that you have to have a formal email. You can get cut to the chase. We get it. Everybody's busy, and when you're booking,
it's more and more the way people do business. Yes. It's crazy.
So.
I know. Well, is there anything else you want to tell us about? Okay, without naming names, what's the worst event you've ever had here?
I guess the challenges on certain events would be, and a lot of people may not know this, but concerts are very challenging. They have lots of components. So I always commend anyone that's doing a concert. I think people don't realize that there's multiple avenues and departments that are involved in a concert. Or any ticketing event. So that's probably the most challenging, but we've overcame it, and we just make sure that our artists are comfortable because we know how it feels being on the other end.
Okay. All right, Pflugerville. Well, we will put her information at the end of this video, so you can contact her, Facebook, go to her website, whatever you want. But if you need to schedule an event, need to practice your music for something or whatever, give Laura a call. And that's what.
Drop that track.